Hey everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm actually here in New Jersey, different, right? I'm from New York City, but I'm doing a little business today in New York City. And I thought, what better way to end the day, it's a Saturday, than to head over to a brand new record store in New Jersey, Tunes, in Hoboken, New Jersey. And I thought that'd be something a little different. Now, today is also April 23rd, 2022. It is Record Store Day. So I thought, hey, I can combine two things, record store day and go to a brand new record store that I've never been to. So let's head on over there and see what we can find. Should be a lot of fun. Hey guys, so we made it, we're here, we're outside Tunes. We're gonna check this place out. I've never been, so this one's gonna be a brand new one for me, just like it is for you guys, but I hope you enjoy it.
It depends on what you're looking for.
All right, so it's Record Store Day, but they're also having sale on their older stuff, and there's a couple cool things in here. The Pearl Jam Alive cassette that came out last time. I like that, but I thought you guys might enjoy this here. The UFO Clear Mother Mary the Kids single. $5. Great deal. Let's see. Here we go. The Smith Constant. I was going to pick this up last time, and I didn't. Here it is. And it is only $10 now. Good deal. Glad I waited.
What was it? Wasn't that one with the loaves?
There's some great back catalog finds in here. I mean, look at this. $1.99. Really great deal on some of these. All right, this one here is my favorite Jackson Browne album. Of course, it's got the classic Running on Empty on it, but interesting, it's a live album of new tracks. $1, can't beat it. Well, man, I gotta say, Tunes seems to be the place. I mean, we got Alice Cooper Trash here, and a little bit further down, Mr. Big. I mean, come on, these are some great albums. All right, so maybe this one here is the guilty pleasure for this visit. Billy Ray Cyrus, Some Gave All. I actually own this one. I like it. I know that it's a little cheesy and of the time, but I still think it's a good one. Who owns this one? All right, here's one. Look, absolutely love this album. I know a lot of you guys only like the first two Def Leppard albums, but this one here is great in my opinion. Got one of my favorite bands here, Gin Blossoms. Love these prices on these things. Alright, so here's my favorite Joan Jett album, you know, $3.99, good price. I love this album, But check that out where the tab is cut in here. Very bad in my opinion. I would not buy it for that reason. All right, so Live. This was a band that I got into a little late. I was not into them originally. I had a friend who was way into them. And in the end, I got into the band, but it was actually after they broke up. Good album though. Love Lynch Mob. And this one here is really good. Robert Mason singing on this one. Tangled in the Web, Jungle of Love. Can't get better than that. Alright, so I'm a big fan of John Mellencamp. Love his stuff. This was a good album. It's very short. I want to say, I think it was under like 30 minutes. And I just never liked the title, Dance Naked. It just drove me nuts. So it left a stain in my mind for that reason. But otherwise, great album. Here's one. I know a lot of people don't like this album, but I absolutely love this one by the Rolling Stones, Bridges to Babylon. I really think it's a great album. So here's one. I'm always a little surprised when I find the Izzy Stradlin Juju Hounds. I know it wasn't a big album, but man, I absolutely love this one. Oh, Steve Vai. Got to be my favorite guitar player, instrumentalist, whatever you want to call it. Shred master. This is the guy for me. So lots of good classic ones in here. This is a surprise. You don't find this in a lot of places. All right, so just like me, you got to store some stuff that doesn't fit in the regular racks, but look what I found. A bunch of cool Rolling Stone Japanese imports. I have to go through these a little closer maybe and see which ones of these I want. Now the thing is, I actually own this one here already. Loving it. That's the second in the 70s that I showed you earlier. I do own this one here, Rewind. That's a great one in and of itself. And this is one I've been debating on for a while picking up. So maybe I will. All right, so I've been into Skinner and Southern Rock, and I used to have this box set, got rid of it. It's only 17 bucks, a great deal. It's still sealed. It's got a little damage on it. I have to debate now whether or not I would be okay with that, but otherwise, very cool, and I might choose to do it for 17 bucks. Still got a cool Cream box set here. I know a lot of you guys out there are Cream fans. 70 bucks? I don't know, maybe it's out of print? Hey, so I've got this. This is a great box set. I've done an unboxing of this. I'll leave a link below. Fantastic. All right, so here's a rarity. Black Crowes Grits and Gravy. I actually already own this, but it's a cool little best of for the time period, but was promo only. All right, so here's a Bowie rarity that I found at the Bowie 75 pop-up store, but was actually part of a record store previously. Surprised to find it here. It's a good grab. All right, so I've been big into Sammy Hagar lately, listening to a lot of his stuff. Pulled out Chicken Foot yesterday. This one here's a deluxe edition. Got an extra track, Bitten by the Wolf, plus a DVD. Plus I can actually read the tracks on it, because if you know the original, it's got that heat-sensitive thing on it, and you can't see any of this stuff. All right, so we were just talking about this. Moral of the story, always take your stuff out of plastic. You can check for stuff like that, but also this. I opened it up, everything's looking good, and then you see that it's torn right there in the middle. Well, since I've been talking about live albums today, I'm going to pull this one out here. This one here really surprised me. I already own it, but I absolutely love it, man. I play this one actually more than their albums, you know, Brigade and stuff like that, Bad Animals from that time period. All right, here's the good find for the day. David Johansen, Live It Up. Last one I didn't have by him. Very excited for this. I'm okay with the $9.99. All right, so here's something cool. A Journey Eclipse Jewel Case Edition. I've got the cardboard one that looks like this. And I've just never been very happy with it. They get beat up so easily. Same tracks and everything, but a jewel case. Yeah, you know I love this. 1, 2, 3, 4, King's X, Faith, Hope, and Love. Fantastic album. Hate to see 4 of them. Everyone should buy this. All right, I'm halfway through. That's the collection so far. Let's see what else we can find today. All right, here's my favorite Steve Miller album. This one here is really good. Been listening to it a lot lately. All right, you guys know I don't like live albums a lot, but this one here, Double Trouble Live by Molly Hatchet, is really good. All right, so here's one. This is actually from the box set called Good Booty, but at $1.99. It's really cool to get if you don't own the box set to try to dig these up. These are nice, rare Tom Petty collections. All right, so you guys know I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. Take It Back, great single. Live version of Astronomy and Domain. That's what actually introduced me to that earlier Syd Barrett stuff. Okay, so we got a big Rolling Stones collection going on here, which is really cool, but I always love things like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 Hot Rocks collections all in a row. They got quite a few. Saigon Kick Water. It just doesn't get enough love in my opinion, but it was a great album. Just came out a little too late. All right, here's another one. I always say I don't like live albums, but there are ones out there that I like. Rush, A Show of Hands. Really good one in my opinion. All right, so I got cited at this. This one here is a remaster. The one that I first pulled out is not a remaster. Gonna grab this one, except when I open it up, somebody has placed stickers on this thing. Crazy, I would not buy it with that. All right, here's a cool glam band that sort of gets overlooked. The Screaming Jets. Ah, look at this. Bob Seger, back in '72 album. Again, hard to find one. Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes, New Jersey band. Makes sense they'd be here. Also just an absolute fantastic album. All right, another New Jersey native here. We got Bruce Springsteen, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. All right, so we got a lot of Tears for Fears here. Brand new album, Tipping Point, but these guys sure made a comeback with this. I am really loving this new album by the band. If you haven't heard it, check it out. And here's another one. Roger Taylor of Queen made this solo album, Outsider. Another really great album that kind of flew under the radar. All right, here's one I was super excited about when I first pulled it out, but look. The booklet is damaged. It really just drives me nuts. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass on this one. All right, so Tune seems to be where it's at. Like, lots of new releases that are in here, well priced. New Urge Overkill you wouldn't expect to find. Got the new Steve Vai. You know, I'd love to be able to come to this place more often, but of course, being from New York, that's a bit hard for me. All right, everyone, it's time for some metal. Let's see what we got here. We'll go to the beginning. Start with some Anthrax, good stuff. We keep on going. Look, we got some Babylon AD, and here's So Savage the Heart. Got some Black Sabbath. Oh, got some Bullet Boys. Love this album, Freak Show. If we keep on going, some Corrosion of Conformity, Cinderella, Trouble Walking. I really like this album here. And we keep on going. You get into some Deep Purple, some Def Leppard, and of course it goes on from there. All right, so here's a 2 CD edition of Empire, like that. It's got a bunch of B-sides and things. I've collected those in other ways, so I chose not to get this, but you don't have this. It's a really good, complete sort of collection from that period. All right, so good store. We got some Scorps in here, some Slayer, even though they've actually put some Skid Row in it. Times They Are Changing by Tesla, we like. We get into some Winger on here. Can never go wrong with these guys. Love, love, love them. All right, here's a cool one. The Babies, John Waite's band. Eventually, Jonathan Cain was in the group. Not in this one, though. But it's only $3. All right, you can never go wrong with Alice Cooper. Lace and Whiskey is a really good album. Doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. All right, so here's one I've been looking for a while. Ellen Foley, Spirit of St. Louis. Still want to get it on CD, but I'll take it on vinyl for now. All right, here's one that caught my eye. I think I've heard of the band before, but not really sure. These are the hits that are off it. Fortune is the band. Look at those guys, though. 1985, produced by Kevin Beamish. Here's the members of the group. I love finding ones like this. Very 80s looking. Curious what the music on this is. Peter Frampton album. I'll have to look it up and give it a check. That's a good find. Lowell George. This one's lead vocalist for Little Feat. Passed away, but he did make this great solo album. Here's a rare James Gang album, one that was done after Joe Walsh left the band. It's a really good album, though. All right, well, you guys know I was listening to a lot of Eddie Money lately. This album here, really good. All right, so if I didn't already own a bootleg of this, I would totally be buying this Quiet Riot debut album, only released in Japan. I think it's a steal at $75, but good news, they are going to be reissuing these on CD for the very first time. All right, so we're back. Hopefully you enjoyed that trip to Tunes out in Hoboken, New Jersey. It's at 225 Washington Street if you want to make a trip out there, if you know the area. This was my first time being out there. I've heard a lot about it. Even a lot of you guys who are watching have told me to hit Tunes. And you guys weren't wrong. It was a great place. I did notice that they have a lot of the more popular type stuff, the Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard, the big name bands, and lots of it. But within that, what you saw within this video, there were some good hidden gems, some rarities within it, cool promo type things, stuff like that. Now, remember, I've got over 11,000 CDs in my collection. I've got 200 box sets, and I've got a lot of vinyl. So it's going to be harder to get, you know, for me at least, to find new find album type things. And so I'm filling in my gaps with a lot of compilations and things that I don't have, some live album stuff like that, because I actually own all of the studio albums and things by these bands. So that's kind of where it's at with these, but I still managed to make some good score. Got a couple cool vinyls here. I always like when these places put the logo of their stores on it. Let's take a look at this first. And you saw a bunch of this within my video. I did decide to get the Ellen Foley, Spirit of St. Louis. This one here, 1981 album. I like her a lot, of course, having sung with Meatloaf and so forth. And then Peter Frampton, this one here, The Art of Control, 1982. Not quite as 80s sounding as I thought. I did check it out before I decided to buy it, but I liked it enough to go ahead and pick it up. $5. The Ellen Foley was $3, so good deal. Now remember, today, April 23rd, 2022, Record Store Day. While I didn't pick up any vinyl there, I did find a couple CDs that I wanted. I did find one of the David Bowies. There were two EP CDs coming out, this one being the Toy EP. It's got some different takes and stuff from the Toy album, and I think there might be some live on here. There's 2 live tracks, BBC, an alternate ending mix, vocal and piano mix, and a radio edit and so forth. So all different stuff, and I like things like that. So that was a really good one. The other one, unfortunately, and I forget its name, I will probably have to go to eBay to dig it up. I did find the Kirk Hammett EP. So Kirk Hammett of Metallica doing his first solo thing. That's a pretty big deal within Metallica. They've never allowed outside work like that to be done. He is the first to do it. High Drifter Planes, the song that is out now that you can stream. Very good stuff, very atmospheric, very much like a movie score. That's how he's described it. But it is still full-on Kirk Hammett sounding stuff, guitar playing. It's even got that flair of Metallica and whatnot, so I was happy. I don't know what the other 3 are going to sound like, but I did really like that. So I'm happy. I got a couple record store items, got some vinyl, and then I got a nice little stack of CDs here, and as I mentioned, because I own so much already, I'm sort of filling in the gaps with things that I don't already have. Turning out to be a lot of compilations and stuff like that. I found this, a Bryan Adams anthology 2 CD set, and I don't remember exactly what is the specific thing on this, but I know there's some alternate takes and things of that nature, some different versions of stuff that make this worthwhile. I have a promo copy with no art and stuff like that, so at $4.99, that made it worth it. Rush, A Show of Hands. I actually really like this live album. Always liked the video for it. Never had this. This is not the remastered version. You guys saw within the video the problems that can arise within that. Always open and check your CDs, your booklets, etc. $2.99 though. Good deal. They have great prices there. Now those are New Jersey prices. You guys have seen me at my book off and other places here in New York, and you know, cheap CD there is like $5. So I did pick this up. I already own Bullet Boy's Freak Show, but my spine is no longer yellow. It is sun bleached out and become white, and it really, really bugs me on my CD while seeing that. So I spent $4.99 to replace it. but that's me. That's just how I feel about that. All right, I picked up a Steve Miller Band compilation called Young Hearts. It's the complete greatest hits. We've seen a lot of these coming out. It is 22 tracks, and it does span the whole career. So I'm interested in that. I have other compilations by him already, and of course I own the whole catalog, so, you know, whatever. But I added that. That was $5.99. Now, funny thing is, I used to own this one, a Heart Greatest Hits, $5.99. This one here covering the whole career. But I think I later got rid of this and I went with two different greatest hits that subdivided the 70s era stuff with that more 80s pop sounding stuff. So $5.99, but I'm adding it back to my collection today. Here was a cool one that I wasn't expecting to find that I have actually been looking for. So this was a good one here. Jethro Tull, 20 years of Jethro Tull. And this is a selections of, I believe it's 21 tracks. Now, it's a 4 CD box set, which is no longer in print. And so they pulled selections from each of those 4 things on here. And there's a lot of rarities. In fact, it says it's taken from 20 years of Jethro Tull, the box set, a 5-album collection, which includes 24-page booklet, etc. So rarities and unreleased tracks and whatnot. So that's a cool one. And then I did show you this one and tell you this was my big find, the David Johansen Live It Up album. So really glad to get it. Razor and Tie, $9.99. I can understand why they've priced it at that, but this goes for a lot more online. So that was a nice one. And I did pick up the jewel case edition of the Journey Eclipse. It's $4.99, but I'm going to get to replace that cardboard one. And I know you guys, like me, a lot of us don't like those, so I'm very happy to find this. And here, for some reason, I don't have a Lynyrd Skynyrd Greatest Hits. I could swear that I do, and if I do, I can't find it, so I picked up Skynyrd's Innards. Mostly because I've been on a kick about picking these sort of things up. This has 2 outtake versions on it. Double Trouble and Freebird are both outtake versions of songs. And so I wanted it for that, not just, you know, I can get a different type of Lynyrd Skynyrd collection. And I used to have one that I think was called something like All Time Hits, and I still think it might be somewhere. But unfortunately, it's not with my Lynyrd Skynyrd CDs. So maybe I'll stumble across it, but if not, in the meantime, I've picked this up to enjoy. And of course, it's got some extra stuff that are not on their albums, and that's why I like those sort of things. So as you can see, I made pretty big, good score here. I got some record store day stuff. I got some vinyl, got some CDs, a little bit of everything. Now I'm going to go off and enjoy it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed all of this. Take care. Have a great one. Enjoy the stuff you guys got at Record Store Day, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Bye-bye, everyone.